Good afternoon. Welcome to the Make It Make Sense podcast. We are your hosts with the most. It's your boy OneeSwayze.
And it's your boy QB.
And we're here to make it make sense today. We got a few guests joining us today. We got an interesting topic that we're going over. Our topic today is websites. And
you should have one.
Definitely need that when you're opening up and starting your small business. And we have a special guest. Let me clear that up. We have a special guest that's joining us today. And Courtney, I'll let you introduce.
Miss Courtney, can you please give us a little bit of what you do, what's your business, a little bit about yourself, please, ma'am.
Okay, so I am 26 and my business is this MCMXCIV 1994. It is basically just the year that I was born. Pretty cool. I wanted to do this business since like 2013. In 2016, I actually got the logo made and I didn't start until last year. So pandemic time, created a bunch of business owners. So I started with this, but I have now extended my services to allow other people to get whatever it is that they would like on any kind of shirt, jogging pants, whatever. I allow them to do that too. So if they just go to my website, which is MCMXCIV.com, they can do all of that. So I'll do like customized pillows, like just a bunch of different stuff. Because at the end of the day, if you're going to start a business, you have to make sure that what you're doing is going to be somewhat different than what other people are doing.
For sure.
I love it. I love it. We'd love to see more of it too.
Oh yeah.
Definitely. So, websites. How much do you think you know about websites?
So I think I know a little bit about websites only because one, in high school, they required us to make them. Two, I graduated with a business degree. So ultimately I kind of had to figure stuff out. But nowadays, making a website is actually like mad easy. You just have to be ready to take the time to make it. So I have gone between a few different websites. Wix was cool, but the graphics were not as good as Squarespace from my perspective and opinion. But it is a lot more complicated too. Last year, I actually learned how to work the websites a lot better. For my website in particular, I learned how to insert the codes to make it look cooler than just the basic template.
Oh, that's cool. Because that's a big thing. And we'll dive into that, but that's kind of a big thing as far as your algorithms and your search engine optimization as well. Sure. And we'll dive into that, like I said. So
on a scale of 1 to 10, what would you give yourself?
For the business?
No, on a scale of 1 to 10, what would you know about websites? What would you give yourself?
I'll say like a 7.
A solid 7.
A solid 7.
That's always a good number.
That's a good number.
Not bad.
It's still passing.
It is passing.
We do get the 6 and 7s a lot. So we are definitely gonna make it make sense for you, and we'll get right back into it. We got to pay a few bills, and see y'all in a minute.
Attention content creators, do you have a great podcast, short film series, and need a home to show it to millions of households, plus countless smartphone users? Streets TV is hip-hop for the world. Contact us at streetstvworldwide@gmail.com or follow us on Instagram at streetstvworld. It's Streets TV, hip-hop for the world.
Welcome back to the Make It Make Sense podcast. Once again, we're talking about websites today. So, of course, we're going into
a couple of, dynamics of a website and things of that nature. And we have our special guest here with us today who's going to take on that challenge of this game show that we have today. So, we're going to get it right into it right away, right?
Right into it.
Let's go right into it. All right, go ahead.
So you have a collection of web pages and related content that is identified by a common domain name and published on at least one web server. Published on at least one web server. What is this?
My goodness. Okay, so it's got to be, I'm going to go with D, website.
She goes with, you said B?
D.
D, as in website.
As in website.
Yes.
Is she correct?
And you are correct.
She's 1 for 1 so far, people.
1 for 1.
That 7 looking real 10-ish right now. So
Exactly.
we're going to keep it going.
I thought that was going to stump her a little bit.
All right. This role is mainly related to the styling and layout of pages with content including text and images.
B, boy, web design, nerd. Wait.
Hey, we always say if this your final answer. We want to know.
It's got I don't think it's web design. I think it's web design, but I still think it's B.
Okay. All right.
And why do you think it's B?
Yeah, what's your thought process? Like, what you scaffolding up there in your brain?
Because, like I said, when I'm doing the websites, it does give like basic information. Like if I'm looking up something, so I know what it is that I'm trying to do in particular, I have to know what it's called so that I can fix it.
Right.
So it's the layout of pages, like the design page, the text, the images, the content. It's the design of it.
Okay.
Nice.
So she going with B, web designer, and she is 2 for 2. Good job.
2 for 2. Keep up the good work.
What we got next?
It says a course or principle of action adopted or proposed by a government, party, business, or individual.
That's A. Policies.
Is that your final answer?
That's your final one?
Yes.
Hey, she 3 for 3.
She's pretty confident with that answer too, man.
She 3 for 3 right now, man.
I like it.
Hey, here we go.
3 for 3.
Her last and final question. Dun, dun, dun.
Let's go.
A way for regular people to design and build their own websites without using code.
Yes, okay. It's got to be C, DIY website.
Why does it gotta be C?
Because
I haven't used the other one. It gotta be C.
It gotta be C.
It's gotta be because it's not a website, because we already came up with the definition of what a website is. It's not policies, because policies, we talked about that too. Web design, no. It's C, DIY website. Do it yourself.
Do it yourself is C, and she is 4 for 4, ladies and gentlemen. So far, so good.
Got past the first round with flying colors.
Goodness.
That 7 is looking real tennish.
It is.
It's looking real tennish.
Looking real tennish, man. Looking real tennish.
Definitely,
for sure.
Some great topics.
Oh yeah.
Once again,
and she did a great job of kind of rolling through it and telling us how she thought about it, man. That's
exactly.
That's the big thing about it.
Explaining her thought process, using her knowledge already
and deductive skills,
experience. You know what I'm saying, to apply to these questions. It's gonna be cool.
So, all right, we got some more bills to pay. We got to make that money. So we'll be right back after these messages.
Welcome back. Once again, man, we will dive right in to websites. That is the topic today, why they are important and why you should look into begin a website, either if it's a do-it-yourself or if you look for a web designer to complete it for you. And we're going to go into it. So, a website is a collection of web pages and related content that is identified by a common domain name and published on at least one web server. Why is a website useful? By having that online presence through your website, you're able to reach more consumers. I did a study the other day, and about 88% of consumers will research product information before they make a purchase online or in store. So people want to know what they're buying. People want to be able to relate to what they're buying. So as long as your website is branding their product or their service that you're wanting to provide to them and to the whole world, they're going to attach to you more. They're going to build your fan base up. And that's basically that customer that's going to be there for the long run for you. Also, a website is also a perfect place to kind of house all of this great content for yourself. You can definitely collect a database of emails, addresses, a lot of the information that you're going to need to provide back to the banks, to provide, to the tax preparers, the things that we've kind of touched base on. Also, your website, once again, serves as that home base where you can send your customers when they want to make a purchase or learn more about a particular product or service you may offer. So with that being, said, it's once again a one-stop shop place. It's informational, it's product-based, it's service-based.
For sure.
You give people an opportunity to follow you for the journey, check in with their emails. You can send exclusives, send discounts through emails. You can have blasts, even a grand opening email blast, once you collect that data. Once again, going into the SEOs, that search engine optimization, that's basically when they look into Google or they do a Bing search.
Oh, yeah.
And,
your analytics.
Yeah, your analytics, all of the stats building up with however many clicks or how many products, and just building that brand over time can get you to that top place when you're on Google or people are doing Bing searches and they're looking for a certain shirt or a certain comb or whatever it may be.
For sure.
So definitely,
man. But tell me what you think about websites, Miss Courtney.
Okay, so I really do like websites. Like I said, it most definitely gives the whole brand itself a more professional look. Because I have been to some websites and, they're not the best. They may have really nice products, but if the website is not as nice as it can be, then it kind of discourages you, makes you kind of question whether or not, hey, are they really going to send me my stuff? How long is it going to take with the product?
Exactly. Scam me.
Yeah, it makes you question the reliability of whoever's over that business. So that's one. Two, websites are websites are time consuming, especially when you're constantly needing to update products. Now, I do like the fact that I have all of the apps on my phone already for Swayze. So I have the commerce app, I have the analytics app. So therefore I'm able to see how many clicks I've gotten, what's selling, what's sold out. So I don't have to worry about that part.
Sure.
Get more complicated for like the personalized orders because I had to go in and add an outside
source
form of some sort so that I can actually them like upload the photos or the pictures or designs that they want, since I offer the service for them to be able to get what it is that they want on whatever they want.
Nice. Sure. And I'm gonna also discuss the simplicity of a website. That's also kind of what I'm gathering from you as well. Being able to have what people need and, allowing them that easy click or that easy subscribe button to get to what it is that you're providing. That way, you have that long-term customer and you build that relationship over time. So simplicity is also a great thing with the websites.
Yeah, and that was one of my biggest things because ultimately for what I am doing when it comes to extending that service, older people are going to be the ones to want it more so. And they don't want to be sitting there trying to find stuff.
Exactly.
If they hear Now I'm getting emails. Oh, I can't find it. Where is it? So I made it as simple and easy to find. I actually mimicked somebody's. I'm not gonna say Yahoo. She already was famous. But I saw how she literally had stuff multiple times. So like the product here, so you can't say you can't find it and you couldn't see it. So I mimicked that a few times on there.
Gotcha.
Okay. That's a great tip.
It is.
It's a great tip.
And it kind of leads us into our next slide.
Do it yourself.
Do it your lonesome. Can you do it yourself? Creating a website upon your own knowledge and efforts. Some pros and cons of this. You may not know the best practices or what needs to be done, how best to do it, and what is needed from you to be successful. Also, design agencies have extensive experience creating websites for all kinds of businesses, and you may not have that knowledge as well. You may not have the software already purchased or downloaded, and then you have to go search for that and download to your computer. And then some of the pros of that, you save money, of course, you learn new skills, you have full control of making changes quickly to your site, just as she kind of stated.
Oh, yeah.
Right? Some hosting sites, just for helpful hands, we have Wix.com, which she said that she did not like, because of certain things. And then we got Shopify, Big Cartel, Squarespace, which you mentioned, and WordPress. So we got some things here that we are able to kind of go from, right? And doing it yourself, it's really how much you put into that effort of making it look professional. You know what I'm saying? Because once you can, like you said, you can also see when somebody try to do it themselves and then it don't look as professional looking.
Yeah.
And that's what, starting a business, you already are your own brand, right? So when you do your own brand, you're trying to build that website to make it look as professional as possible so you can reach the consumer that may be like, oh, like I love their website just by website alone, and then they go see the products that's on their website and they gravitate towards the product.
Exactly.
And so I think that, would you say anything different, Miss Courtney?
No, but I will say this. So, because like I said, it's not my first time doing it. What makes it so much easier is if you have great pictures. If you have like professional like pictures, it makes the process so much easier, because a website that I did for another brand that I have, he had all of his pictures already done because he does music. So it's like, okay, he always gets. When I tell you, it was so easy to run through his website because all I was doing was plugging those pictures in. Of course, I did because, like I said, I was over it, but it made it so much easier. It made it so much easier.
And I've heard people that do websites for other people say that it makes it easier when they have those professional photos, and also if they know the pricing already, along with what they're doing with that. So. Great advice for people that are trying to get their website started. Bring professional pictures or very well quality, high quality pictures. Yeah, for that.
So, do you consider yourself, Courtney, a web designer?
No.
No.
Okay, I was just asking. That kind of leads into our next topic.
It does.
I just wanted to, check and see. So, look. Web designer is basically a person who plans, creates, and codes internet sites and web pages, many of which combine text with sounds, pictures, graphics, and video clips. A web designer is responsible for creating the design and layout of a website or web pages. As Courtney was explaining with the codes, it's definitely a lot of codes that go into adding those sounds, into having that text and that picture and that graphic. Even the video clips that you want to place on that website. Almost like back in the day when we used to get on MySpace and you used to have to code your page to put the Jordan poster or that song that you wanted to hear.
And we didn't know who was actually coding at that time.
You know what I'm saying? So it's one of those things. It's very tedious. It's very timely. And you have to, want to learn and kind of sit down and do it. So choosing a web designer is highly recommended. Somebody who does these things and who's professional. And definitely you would set your budget for your web design. You would ultimately want to choose what kind of designer you want to hire. Different types, as we discussed. We got freelancers, people who can hand draw and use software. You have a design agency, and then you have those full service agencies who will, basically start the design, post it up for you, and market it, find the inventory, pitch out the inventory, ship, things of that sort, and collect all your data. Also, make sure you're looking at the portfolios. Instagram is great for that. Go look at what people are taking pictures of. Go look at what they're designing by hand or by software. Also discuss and check out pricing. Ask if they do have any additional services to also just to continue to keep that network open, because this is also a networking thing. Ask about their process. Most people will share their process, their return time, gather references, and also shop around and just gather multiple options. Don't place all your eggs in one basket. You can definitely, like I said, go on your social media to kind of research and look for people to hire. They have services like Fiverr, where you may not know this person, but they're in another country and they can provide the service you need at an amount in a timely manner that you may need it. You have your hiring sites, of course, where you can, look at reviews, and other, things of that sort. I've also ran into graphic designers just going out to events that may
Right.
be of a, you know,
Networking
formal
events,
lunching,
yeah.
or dinners and things. You know, they may be there at those events,
For sure.
and it may be something to just rub elbows with that person.
Oh, yeah.
You know, so.
Yeah.
That's web designer. Courtney, anything you want to, you know, piggyback off that? Anything, any tips, anything you want to share for that?
I guess, like I said, for me personally, what I have taken in account is like you said, going to see what other people are doing, because that can help you. Like, that has helped me in a lot of cases when it comes to actually designing the web page. Because one, the websites usually give you like a basic, but you still want to change it enough for it to not look the exact same. So what I'll do is I'll go to maybe someone else's page, something that looks cool, and just kind of be like, okay, let me figure out how to put this on mine so it can look cool too. Because I'm really in the process of trying to figure out how to put that big old cute banner at the top.
Okay.
But I just got to figure it out because I need it to be perfect. Because I played with it, but I'm not a web designer, so it didn't go like I wanted it to.
Okay. Well, you know, you're taking the time to do what you need to do, so
For sure.
you definitely saving a lot of funds there.
And speaking of funds, let's get into policies.
Yeah.
The policies, definite course or method of action selected from among alternatives and in light or giving conditions to guide and determine present, and future decisions. So some examples of policies, sometimes they show how they handle the shipping and handling returns. You got workplace safety policies, disciplinary policies for workers, work hours and turnaround times for the, say for instance, you know, on your website, it shows that you are available from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m., meaning that those are the times that you can contact me and we're servicing your calls. Now, anything you may want after that, you may be able to put in writing that if you do contact me after this for a certain service, then it may incur any type of charge. So that's a type of thing, a policy, right? You have a late payment policy, you know, if you're going through any type of service and these people happen to not be able to pay on time and to be able to actually charge them more, right? You can have on your website in the fine print, you know, everything that's your policy for the late payments. Return/refund policies. This is probably the thing that a lot of people look at when they're talking about policies, because a lot of people do product-based retail, e-commerce type businesses, right? So that's one of the major policies that you must have on a website when you are, you know, building your business. So why are these things important? By putting workplace safety policies in place, you can help mitigate any damages caused by any employee negligence. Pretty much, say for instance, somebody's working, and this is more in the sense of when you are established a little bit more, you're still a small business, because a small business is anything less than 500 employees or lower. So that's still considered a small business. So if you have these policies in place in that workspace, then you're able to mitigate that, right? You're able to make sure that you're not getting sued for things that are in place already that your employees know about. So that saves you money on the bottom line. If your expectations for performance is outlined in the employee's initial job description, you can show a history of problems by detailing those issues, and that's a form of disciplinary policy. So you have that somewhere on your website as well, and that's when you, like I said, you're building your business with hiring people, and that's the place where you're trying to go. You want to be you don't always want to work for yourself. You want to be an employer. You know what I'm saying?
Correct.
Having a clearly written usage policy that outlines what workers can and cannot do on their electronic devices. That's also a form of work hours and a policy for electronic use. So you have many different policies, and along the bottom is those two customer policies of returning things when customers aren't satisfied with what they're getting and they want to be compensated, in return for, they're getting money back. Yeah. So, and you have to have that return or refund policy in there so they'll know, yes, I can get that back, or no, I cannot send that back, or if I do send it back, I'm not getting any money back. I'm just going to be unsatisfied. So,
or I get store credit.
Or I get store credit.
Okay, purchase later on.
But it must be outlined in your return policy, or if you're kind of lenient and you see that this person always bargains with you and working with you, then you can probably give them some sort of like store credit or something like that. So, but yeah, Courtney, any thing you want to add to that?
Okay, so with COVID, the whole return thing has changed drastically. A lot of people don't want to even allow returns. Right. For me personally, with my business, if there's an issue, you can keep it, I'll redo it.
Gotcha.
So, I personally am trying to follow the Chick-fil-A standard. You know what I'm saying? Just to be completely honest, because if you keep your customers happy, then they will continue to come back, and then they'll go ahead and tell other people like, oh my gosh, she did this. So that's one thing that I'm also doing. Of course, I actually, since, I'm still a small business for now, but even when I get bigger, I always want to do like that check-in. Because I don't know if you guys have ever like ordered from overseas. They check in, and I know they've got a bunch of customers, but they still take the time to like check in, and they ask you, oh, did you like it? Make sure you refer your friends. If you do a review, you'll get this. So I'm just trying to follow like these, really good things in front of me.
I got you. That's good.
It's great to have, like you said, even mentors or examples that you look up to kind of base off how you want to conduct your business and just make it better.
I agree. Can't agree anymore. So,
she said she can't hear.
Can you hear us now? You can't hear us? Well, having a little technical difficulties right there, but we gotta pay some bills anyway.
Yeah.
So
we'll
be right back after these messages.
Yes, sir.
Let's get closer, closer. Let's get closer, closer. Let's get closer, closer to you.
All right,
we're back.
We're back.
Now we're at the last leg of the Make It Make Sense podcast. So you all know what comes
next
in the finish and finale. So let's see what's going on. Looks like we are still having a few technical difficulties here. So bear with us for a moment.
Can our guest still hear us or no?
Miss Courtney, can you hear us?
Can you hear us? I don't think she can hear us.
Oh. I say she hears us.
Yeah.
Everybody else say he hears us.
I'm trying to see.
Well, thank you for the people that's responding and commenting. We appreciate that.
Let's see. All right. Can you hear us now? You still can't hear us? Okay. Well, having a little bit of technical difficulties here, but
we're gonna figure it out, man. It's Sunday, Saturday, one of them days, and we're gonna make it happen. We had the final leg. We have the pre-test, as everybody knows. This is the most tense part of the show where we have to bring it out and see what people learn. Basically, we just want to check back in with you and see what you learn. So that's all. We'll finish this up. Just bear with us. Thank you all for the comments and the support.
All right, so she probably won't be able to actually mouth it, but she can give us a A or a B or a C when she answers. How about that?
Can she write it down?
We have to fire the sound man. We have to fire the sound man after this. He is not getting paid.
I don't know what's going on back there in the back, man. Y'all need to tighten up big time. Like, this is crazy.
Unmute yourself, please. Okay. You back?
What?
Okay, she's back. We don't have to fire the sound man anymore.
Woo!
We still might fire him.
We still might let him go.
But all right, so
thank y'all for bearing with us.
It's the end of the show. He just kind of stated it. It's the game show, the last leg of it. So we're gonna see if we made it make sense for her today. And so we got a couple of scenarios that we're gonna run by you, and you just tell us, A, B, or C, or D. How about it? You ready?
Yeah.
All right.
All right. With this, you are able to sell your products and services around the clock, and you can also provide customers with the information they need to make an informed purchasing decision. What is this?
D, website.
1 for 1. She's 1 for 1. She's 5 for 5 altogether.
Good job. Good job.
Let's keep it moving. Website created by the owner/founder of his or her company to cut costs and save money.
C.
It is a DIY. Do it by your lonesome website. That's good.
Do it yourself, cut costs, save money.
That's right. 6 for 6.
This can plan, create, and code internet sites and web pages, many of which combine text with sounds, pictures, graphics, and video clips. A good one of these will have both creative graphic skills and technical skills.
B, web designer.
She's flying through these things. What gave it away to give you web designer?
Well, once you know the definition of a word, then you just got to make sure you look for those words, those keywords again.
The deduction.
There you go. I like it.
All right, so scenario number 4. My business sells tablecloths, and a customer is unsatisfied, wants to send the products back. They should check this portion of the website.
A, policies.
They should definitely check the policies, the return and refund policies. Hey, check it, please.
I hope you get that cutoff date. No return.
That's right. That's right.
You made that cutoff date.
Number 5.
An employee has questions about the company's electronic phone usage and what restrictions they have. This information can be found in the
policies.
Okay. Oh, see, we try to throw you off on that one, but you stood tall still. She's doing good.
She is.
She's doing good.
That's what, 6.
She said she was a solid 7.
She said she was a 7.
Yeah, I don't know. This makes use of various programs and tools in order to achieve the intended look, such as Dreamweaver, Photoshop, and many others.
Okay, I'm gonna go with B.
Final answer?
Don't do that.
No. That's what we're here to do. Is that your final answer?
Yes.
Hey, you on point. You on point.
She 100% for the day.
So your 7 turned into a 10 for 10.
Right.
So you actually
exceeded her own expectations.
Yeah, exactly. You made it make sense for you.
She made it make sense for herself, and I hope we made it make sense for everybody else.
Exactly.
And due to her coming on this show, she dropped some gems, some great benefits for a website that she described. It was great that she had that experience with dealing with websites prior to, because websites are, in today's world, probably the number one thing that you need to have in order for your business to be successful.
Yeah.
And so
I was actually looking up something as well. They had the I guess web design employment rate is actually increasing as far as like designers and in that field. I guess that coding field. And I think the salary started off with like 73,000. Just as a base beginning. So it's one of those things where it's also changing with the world, and it's becoming innovative within the world. So
it is
just another opportunity, to increase, your funding and things of that sort.
So we do want to thank you for coming on the show. Plug yourself as you will, man.
Let them know.
Give us your IG, your Instagram, your Facebook, everything.
All of that.
Okay. So my Instagram, my business is MCMXCIV_94. So that is for the Instagram. Website, very easy and simple. DTHEMCMXCIV.com. Wanted to make it real plain, real simple. Facebook, can't tell y'all because I really haven't figured that whole thing out just yet, and I don't really remember it. But I just had to set it up. Now I'm not gonna lie, that is the hardest part for me. I know we started with Facebook, but when we transferred over to Instagram, Facebook just became a little foreign. But I did have to set it up so that you can at least shop on the Instagram page. So you can see everything that I offer. The only thing that it doesn't show right now are like the create your own type of stuff. Oh, and another thing, on my website, I actually do have a whole segment where you're able to get gems like what we both share with one another on how to do the whole website thing, how to do your product, which website, which apps you can use, all of that. So check it out before.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Great.
Make sure you get us that information, and we'll include it in information below so they can click the links and get right to it.
For sure.
Gotcha.
All right. Well, Courtney, many blessings, much success. Thank you for coming on to Make It Make Sense podcast.
This was so much fun.
Oh, see,
there we go.
They be scared and then they get up here. Man, look, we just trying to make it make sense for everybody the best way, the most fun way possible. Bringing some gems, talking about business, and what did we discuss today? Web designers,
DIY websites. Policies.
And policies, yes. Thank you, man.
There's two different aspects of policies because it wasn't just for the policies for the customers, but for the workers too.
For sure. All right, man. So we out of here today, man. You did a great job today. She did a wonderful job today.
You did too, bro.
I just was being me. So, look, y'all, we just gonna do what we do. Y'all, we make it make sense. Y'all be safe out here, all right?
Have a good one.